Hey everybody, it's me. I decided to do it up today and create a video to help people navigate estrangement. Mine has been going on for over 13 years. I have 2 adult daughters and I also have 4 grandchildren I have not met. So that's short, sweet, and to the point. And instead of calling it estrangement, I'm going to apply it to similar to a breakup. I don't know if you remember your first love, someone you were with even when you were very young or in high school or after high school. You had your first love. You thought this is it. And that person had different ideas and they went in a different direction and they ended up breaking up. And when it comes to first loves, those are very challenging to navigate because they decided, whether it was a short time prior or a long term prior to the end of the relationship, that it was just not on their agenda to continue a relationship with you. So they had time to prepare and they decided that was it and they broke up. Sometimes we just don't handle that very well. We struggle and eventually we move on and we start focusing on other things. Some people take the low road to deal. Some people take the higher road, get therapy, talk to friends, find healthy ways to deal. And so when it comes to our children, I truly believe that is our first true love, especially for those of us that wanted children, and even for some of us that didn't think we would ever get pregnant or didn't think we would want to be parents. And all of a sudden you have this baby and your heart swells with joy. You invest in them, love them, worry about them, care about them. And then one day they decide that the relationship for them no longer suffices. So here we are, wondering what the heck am I going to do after I poured myself into this human being. And they just decide to break up with us. And is it fair? No, because if we invest in them, we expect a return on our investment. And sometimes, just like people that lose everything through Ponzi schemes and this and that, sometimes we're left empty-handed wondering, what am I going to do? And there is no fair in the Bible, and life in general is not fair. The only person I can control is myself, but it's how I react to the breakup, the trauma, the separation, the estrangement, is how well I'm going to succeed or not in this world. I'm sure each one of us can think about very painful situations we've been through when it comes to our losses, maybe the loss of a parent, the loss of a spouse, the loss of a grandparent, the loss of a beloved teacher. We have losses throughout our lives, and some people handle losses better than others. I've always been the type to say I'll just deal with it later when it came to any kind of trauma or losses or any challenging times. And that's a temporary solution, but it's not good for long term because there are repercussions when not dealing with traumas. And sometimes we get stuck, and when we get stuck in life, it prevents us from moving forward, and we almost become paralyzed in a certain state of mind, state of heart, state of mental, emotional, etc. So if we can treat our children leaving us as a breakup and learn how to deal with it and manage it in healthy and positive ways, but most important, realize that our children are not the only people in this world that can fill us with joy, that we can care for, that we can do things for, that we can invest in. But most important, I think it's very, very poignant to learn how to deal with it in a healthy way, because when our children leave, sometimes we want to fill the void, and we do by allowing other people into our lives that may not have our best interest at heart. So you have to really be careful so you're not being taken advantage of because you're not lonely. It's okay to become an extra mom or an extra grandma to other people, but also realize those relationships may last, they may not, but it's just a matter of time before we have to deal with it in general. So I hope this helps. Um, I'm not perfect, but I'm sharing my experience so that it can help you. And that's all I've got for now. We'll be back.